Hello again, Chief Beckett here at Veterans Produce, and I'm going to try to cover some of the things I didn't get a chance to talk about last time I was here when we were transplanting, and that is, so there are different size holes in these water rafts, and I also am using a rock media, and I will talk about that here in a second. So why the two different size holes? So in this bed, this is bed number 2. Did I say that right? And so these are 2 by 4 foot rafts. The basic premise here is, if anybody's looked at hydroponics or aquaponics, it's plants basically, the roots sit in the water and absorb the nutrients, but the 2-inch pots allow for a larger root mass. So tomatoes have quite a healthy appetite for nutrients, and so I want to give them every advantage that I can. Lettuce, I just happen to start in these 2-inch pots as well. Doesn't require so anytime you can give more surface area to your roots, it's a good thing. So that is why I use the 2-inch in this side for larger, quicker absorption and for larger plants. So I start my tomatoes and peppers here on this side. This bed number 1 is we call these 1-inch sockets. They're probably really not 1 inch. It's probably closer to a 3/4 inch. Be that as it may, but these are significantly smaller. And this is called Rodam, or a wool cube. Drop the seed in there, germinate it, and then I just drop it in here for the growing season, or the growing cycle. So same concept. Rafts floating in water. And look, got some roots actually popping through there. That's a wonderful sign. But so again, smaller plant sites, smaller plants. Eventually I may actually change these out to just go to all one size. Now I want to come back to these 2 foot by 4 foot rafts. These are, when they get loaded down with like bib lettuce, these will get very heavy. And I take my rafts out from this edge instead of doing the end here, and these have a tendency of breaking. They're just not, as you can see, they're kind of flexible. So I'm probably going to go ahead and cut these in half so that they don't break on their own, and so I'll end up with a bunch of small little pieces here. So this is the deep water culture that I'm running here. These are just 2 beds for now. Beds 1, beds 2, bed 1, bed 2, thing 1, thing 2. And then the media bed. This is another 4 by 8 foot bed. This is crushed granite. So you will notice I've also got tomatoes here as well. But the purpose, this crushed granite bed serves 2 purposes. One is the culture bed for the conversion of the ammonia through the nitrite process, the nitrisis cycle. And then 2, it's a heavy enough medium that I can plant big stalked plants in. That's a leftover pepper plant. The peppers would grow very well. That's my mother basil plant. Tomatoes, as I just mentioned, and asparagus. Now the asparagus is young, but it will actually spread out like it's a bulb type of plant. This is still relatively young. That'll be there for a while, but it will actually spread out and start dominating some additional space. Don't know that it really requires this type of media, but anyway, this media bed serves 2 functions. So that is kind of real quick recap. All right, so please follow us on Facebook at Veterans Produce or veteransproduce.org.